Hello students, today we will discuss the topic collisions. It is one of the phenomena in which two or more objects may collide to each other. This phenomena may be the result of interaction of two or more bodies. In daily life, we may encounter such interactions. Let us discuss in detail the topic collision. Today we will learn the term collision, types of collision, that is elastic and inelastic collision, and loss in kinetic energy in inelastic collision. Collision means two objects coming into contact with each other for a very short period. In other words, we can define collision is a common interaction between two masses for a very short interval wherein the momentum and energy of the colliding masses changes. Now, types of collision: elastic and inelastic collisions. Elastic collision. In all types of collision, linear momentum of the system remain constant. Momentum of individual bodies may change, but the total momentum of the system remain constant. This is because during such interactions, no external force acting on the system. And when no external force acting on the system, the net momentum of the system remain constant. That's why during each and every collision, total momentum of the system remain constant. That is, initial momentum of the system equal to the final momentum of the system. On the other hand, the total kinetic energy of the system may not necessarily conserve. That is, kinetic energy may be conserved, may not be. The impact and deformation during collision may generate heat and sound. Part of the initial kinetic energy is transformed into the other form of energy. If the initial kinetic energy is equal to the final kinetic energy, but the kinetic energy during the collision time is not constant, such a collision is called an elastic collision. Means, elastic collision is the type of collision in which net momentum of the system as well as net kinetic energy of the system remain conserved or the constant. On the other hand, the deformation may not be relieved and the two bodies could move together after the collision. A collision in which the two particles move together after the collision is called a completely inelastic collision. In inelastic collision, a part of the kinetic energy or the total kinetic energy may be converted into another form of energy like sound, heat, light. The intermediate case, where the deformation is partly relieved and some of the initial kinetic energy is lost, is more common, that is very common, and is appropriately called an inelastic collision. Means in inelastic collision, the kinetic energy of the system do not remain constant. However, momentum during the inelastic collision remain constant. Means collision may be of two types, elastic and inelastic. In elastic collision, total momentum of the system as well as total kinetic energy of the system remain constant. But in inelastic collision, momentum of the system remain constant, but kinetic energy do not. Now, elastic collision in one dimension. In elastic collision, total momentum and kinetic energy of the system remain constant as discussed in previous slide. Let us consider two objects with masses m1 and m2 moving with velocities u1 and u2. Let m1 approaches m2 and u1 is greater than u2. After collision, let velocities of the object be v1 and v2. Using law of conservation of momentum, momentum of the system before the collision is equal to momentum of the system after collision. Momentum before collision may be given as m1 u1 plus m2 u2, and momentum after collision may be given as m1 v1 plus m2 v2. Rearranging this equation, we can write m1 u1 minus m1 v1 is equal to m2 v2 minus m2 u2. Taking m1 as common, we can write m1 under bracket u1 minus v1 is equal to m2 under bracket v2 minus u2. Let this equation be A. Now, using conservation of kinetic energy before the impact is equal to kinetic energy after the impact. Kinetic energy before the impact may be written as 1 by 2 m1 u1 square plus 1 by 2 m2 u2 square, and kinetic energy after the impact may be written as 1 by 2 m1 v1 square plus 1 by 2 m2 v2 square, and equating kinetic energy before the impact and after the impact, we can write 1 by 2 m1 u1 square plus 1 by 2 m2 u2 square is equal to 1 by 2 m1 v1 square plus 1 by 2 m2 v2 square. Taking 1 by 2 out from the equation by balancing both sides, then we can write m1 u1 square minus m1 v1 square is equal to m2 v2 square minus m2 u2 square. Rearranging, we can write m1 under bracket u1 square minus v1 square is equal to m2 v2 square minus u2 square. Let this equation be B. Now, dividing equation B by equation A, we can write u1 plus v1 is equal to v2 plus u2, and this can be written u1 minus u2 is equal to v2 minus v1. u1 minus u2 is the relative velocity of approach, and v2 minus v1 is the relative velocity of separation. Thus, we can write relative velocity of approach is equal to relative velocity of separation. Now, in order to calculate the values of v1 and v2, we can write v2 is equal to u1 minus u2 plus v1. Let this equation be C. Using equation C in equation A given in the previous slide, we can write m1 u1 minus m1 v1 is equal to m2 under bracket u1 minus u2 plus v1 bracket close minus m2 u2. Now, m1 plus m2 under bracket into v1, this is equal to m1 minus u2 under bracket u1 plus 2 m2 u2, and hence v1 may be expressed m1 minus m2 into u1 plus 2 m2 u2 divided by m1 plus m2. This is the expression of velocity of first object after impact or the collision. Now, putting the value of v1 in equation C, we can write v2 is equal to u1 minus u2 plus value of v1, that is m1 minus m2 into u1 plus 2 m2 u2 divided by m1 plus m2. Solving this, we can write v2 is equal to m2 minus m1 under bracket u2 plus 2 m1 u1 divided by m1 plus m2. If we compare the equation of v1 and v2, there is very similarity or the correlation between v1 and v2. Thus, v1 and v2 gives the expressions of velocities of two bodies m1 and m2 respectively after the collision or the impact. Now some special cases. Case 1. If the second body, that is m2, is in rest, then u2 is equal to 0. If we put u2 is equal to 0 in the expression of v1, we can write m1 minus m2 under bracket u1 plus 2 m2 u2 into 0 divided by m1 plus m2. This can be written as m1 minus m2 into u1 divided by m1 plus m2. Similarly, v2 may be expressed m2 minus m1 into 0 plus 2 m1 u1 divided by m1 plus m2. Solving this, we can write 2 m1 u1 divided by m1 plus m2. that is V2 is equal to 2 m1 u1 divided by m1 plus m2. Now second case, if two bodies are of equal masses, that is m1 is equal to m2 is equal to m, and using these values of m1 and m2 in equations of v1 and v2 and solving, then we can write v1 is equal to u2 and v2 is equal to u1. That is, the two bodies interchange their velocities after collision. Means if two equal mass objects collide each other, then they interchange their velocities after collision. Means second body acquire the velocity of first body and the first body will acquire the velocity of second body. Now third case, if the first object is heavier and the second object is in rest. If the first object is heavier and second object is in rest. Heavier means mass of m1 is very large compared to mass of m2. That is m1 very greater than m2. In this case, m1 plus minus m2 may be expressed as m1 because contribution of m2 is negligible. In this case, we can write v1 is equal to u1 and v2 is equal to 2u1, means heavier object moving continuously with their own velocity, but the lighter one, that is m2, moves with twice of velocity of first object. Next, case 4. If second object is heavier and is in rest, means m2 is very greater than m1. In this case, m2 plus minus m1 approximately written as m2. In this case, v1 is equal to minus of u1 and v2 approx equal to 0. That is, heavier object that was initially in rest remain in rest, but the lighter body after impact or the collision bounce back with the same velocity. That is, v1 is equal to minus of u1, means it is bounce back with the same velocity. Now, inelastic collision in one dimension. Inelastic collision, the perfectly inelastic collision in which the two objects combine together after the collision. After the collision, the two particles move together. In this collision, momentum remains constant, but not kinetic energy. Be careful. If v be the combined velocity of the object after collision, then using law of conservation of momentum, we can write momentum after the impact, that is m1 plus m2 into v, is equal to momentum before the impact, that is m1 u1 plus m2 u2. And hence we can write v is equal to m1 u1 plus m2 u2 divided by m1 plus m2. This is the expression of combined velocity of the object after the collision for completely inelastic collision. Now, loss in kinetic energy. As we know, in inelastic collision, kinetic energy cannot remain constant. A part or the whole kinetic energy may be converted into another form. Another form of energy may be light, may be sound, heat, etc. Then loss in kinetic energy may be expressed change in kinetic energy, that is initial kinetic energy minus the final kinetic energy, means loss in kinetic energy, that is the initial kinetic energy minus final kinetic energy. If we put the value of V square, we can write del K is equal to 1 by 2 m1 plus m2 m1 u1 plus m2 u2 divided by m1 plus m2 whole square minus 1 by 2 m1 u1 square plus 1 by 2 m2 u2 square. And solving, we can write percentage change in kinetic energy, that is change in kinetic energy divided by initial kinetic energy into 100. This expression gives the percentage change in kinetic energy, and change in kinetic energy, that is loss in kinetic energy, means difference of initial kinetic energy and the final kinetic energy. Learning outcomes. We have learned about the collision, types of collision, that is collision are of two types, elastic and inelastic. During collision, momentum of the system remain constant. However, individual momentum of the object may change, but the total momentum of the system remain constant. In elastic collision, kinetic energy of the system remain constant. In inelastic collision, a part of the kinetic energy may be converted into another form of energy such as light, heat, sound, etc. These are some questions which you have to do in your notebook based on today's topic. Do it in your notebook. That's all for today. Thank you.